Dear students, in last video we have discussed about the Arduino Nano pinout, Arduino Uno pinout and ESP32 pinout you can see here. So in the previous video we are discussing about these Arduino Nano pinouts. Wait, sorry. So we are discussing about this Arduino Nano pinout in previous video, Arduino Uno pinout and ESP32 microcontroller pinout. So in the recent video, I already told you about these. So I will revise this lecture again and will told you that this is Arduino Nano pinout, this is Arduino Uno R3 and the ESP32. So go watch out my previous video about these Arduino Nano, Arduino Uno and ESP32. So in today's video we are discussing about the differences between these microcontrollers, Arduino Nano, Arduino Uno and ESP32. So let us discuss about these three microcontrollers and we will see the difference between them. Okay. So first of all we will talk about the Arduino Nano, Arduino Uno and the ESP32. So now we are going to talk about, you can see here, we can talk about the difference between these Arduino Nano, okay, Arduino Uno and ESP32. So what are the main differences between these microcontrollers we will discuss here? First of all, microcontroller, CPU, brain of the microcontroller. Which microcontroller we are using? So in Arduino Nano we are using Atmega 328 8-bit microcontroller. In Arduino Nano we are using 8-bit microcontroller Atmega 328P. And same in Arduino Uno we are using same Atmega 328 8-bit microcontroller. And in ESP32 here we are using dual core 10 Silica LX6 32-bit microcontroller. So what is the difference between here? Arduino Nano and Arduino Uno has same microcontrollers 8-bit, but in the ESP32 we have 32-bit microcontroller. So this is the difference. Okay. So both Arduino Nano have same microcontroller, but ESP32 has different. ESP32 has 32-bit microcontroller. Okay. After that, we are going to talk about the clock speed. Clock speed of the Arduino Nano is 16 MHz and clock speed of the Arduino Uno same 16 MHz. But if we talk about ESP32, the clock speed is up to 240 MHz. So this is the difference. Arduino Uno has 16 MHz clock speed, Nano has 60 MHz clock speed, but ESP32 has up to 240 MHz clock speed. Okay, so it's a difference. Then we are talking about the operating voltage. So the nominal operating voltage of the Arduino Uno is 5 volt. Okay, same Arduino Uno is 5 volt, but ESP is operating on the voltage that is a 3.3 volt. So that is the difference. So Nano works on 5 volt, Uno works on 5 volt, but ESP32 works on 3.3 volt. Okay. After that, talking about the digital input output pins. Okay. So Arduino Uno has 14 with 6 PWM pins, 14 IO pins. Same in Uno, 14 pins, 6 PWM pins. But you can see here up to 34 including PWM pins. In ESP32 there are up to 34 including PWM pins. Okay, remember that. Now talking about the analog pins. So Arduino Nano has, Arduino Nano has A0 to A7. Okay, so here is 8 analog pins, Arduino Nano, A0 to A7. But in Arduino Uno there are only 6 pins, A0 to A5. And here you can see here are 18 pins, 12-bit ADC channel. What does that mean? Here you can use 18 pins as well as analog as well as digital pins. So you can here use 18 analog pins. because in ESP32 there is a ADC converter, analog to digital converter. Okay. Now talking about the flash memory. The flash memory of Nano is 32 KB. Uno has same 32 KB, but you can see here ESP32 has 4 MB. It varies from different microcontrollers. Here Arduino Uno has 4 MB. ESP32 has 4 MB flash memory. Now talking about the SRAM. SRAM of the Arduino Nano is 2 KB. Arduino Uno is same 2 KB. But in ESP32, SRAM is 520 KB. Okay. So now talking about the EEPROM. EEPROM. 1 KB of EEPROM in Nano, same in Uno. But in ESP32, there is no EEPROM. Okay, Wi-Fi. It has no Wi-Fi. It has no Wi-Fi, but it is Wi-Fi enabler, 2.4 gigahertz. So 802.11. Now talking about the USB interface. So in Nano we use mini USB, and in Arduino we use type B USB, and in ESP32 micro USB or external UART interface are connected. We can connect a micro USB to the ESP32. Now talking about the power supply. So in Arduino Nano we can give input supply from 6 to 12 volts. Okay, but I prefer you to connect 6 to 9 volts, and in Arduino 7 to 12 volts, but in ESP32 3.3 volt. It works on 3.3 volt. Input volt will be 3.3 volt. Now talking about the security. Nano has no security options. Also this, but in ESP32 hardware encryption is secure boot, flush encryption. So ESP32 provides also hardware encryption also. Now talking about the power consumption. So Arduino Nano consumes no voltage, no power, same as Arduino Uno, because they don't have inbuilt Wi-Fi, etc. So we don't need to connect with the internet. So the voltage power consumption is low on both of the models. But in ESP32, active mode 160 milliamperes and deep sleep mode 10 microamperes. So remember these things. Now environment. So in which IDE we can upload the code. It supports the Arduino IDE. It also supports the Arduino IDE, but it supports Arduino IDE, ESP IDE, and Parent from dot. You can use these files to upload the code in ESP32. Dimensions don't need to these things. So now about the PWM pins. So Nano has 6 PWM pins. Uno has also 6 PWM pins, but you can see here yes 34 pins. Depends upon the configuration of the ESP32, because ESP32 has different variants and depends upon the which one you are using. So this is the overview of the differences between the these microcontrollers, Arduino Nano, Arduino Uno, and ESP32. So guys, I hope you like. In the next video we are going to discuss about the examples of UART and I2C communication. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you want to see all my videos, upcoming videos, then do subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon for the latest updates. So my YouTube channel tag Zaid and Facebook page also tag Zaid. See you next video. Thank you.